Hi, I'm Jacqueline Rinksmeyer with the Greater Medina Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Jared Fry, General Manager of Medina TV and Public Information Officer for the City of Medina.
We are pleased to partner with Medina TV with Jared Fry and Matt Homick to bring you this Candidates Forum. Candidates in contested races were invited to participate.
The views expressed by the candidates during these candidate forums are not those necessarily of Medina TV or the Greater Medina Chamber of Commerce.
The goal of the Candidates Forum is to educate and inform, but you need to take the next step. Vote early at the Board of Elections or in person on November 4th. Thank you for taking the time to be an educated voter. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the 2025 Candidates Forum.
Joining us in studio now is Jeanne Pritchard, candidate for Medina, or the incumbent actually, for the Medina City School Board of Education. Jeanne, thanks for joining us here today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, great to have you. Just in case people don't know you, take a few minutes and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a product of the Medina City school system and lived here my entire life. Taught here at Medina High School, coached volleyball, probably better known for the golf. Started the girls golf program and then took over with the boys. Started the Medina City Schools Hall of Fame. And have been involved in the schools in some way basically my entire life. So that's pretty much it.
And as I just mentioned before, you're the incumbent coming into this race. What made you decide to seek another term?
I wanted to seek another term because I think there are things that are I don't feel are finished yet. And one of the big ones is I really want to see where the lawsuit goes down in Columbus as the fair funding. That to me is a big one. I want to see how that finishes. And I just really feel that right now public education is at a crossroads, and in 4 or 5 years there may not be public education as we know it, and I want to be there on that front line to try to defend and keep public education as it is. I mean, always with tweaks, but that was a big reason. And I also think there's still work to be done in the Medina City school system. So, and to improve, get better, and and maybe make some changes that have to be made to satisfy the taxpayers.
And I know a lot of people know that the real definition, that you look up as what a school board member does. What do you feel the real definition is of a school board member?
Well, I mean, it's, hire, fire, superintendent, treasurer. It's the policy, setting the policy and making sure the financials. But one of the things that I really feel a school board member has to do is go and support the students. And if you go to any event, whether it's musical, athletic, you will probably see me there because I'm a big person that wants to go and see what the kids are doing. I want to support them. I'm not there to critique anybody as to it's a good job or a bad job. I just want to see the kids and what they enjoy doing. And you see a lot of talent, whether it be on the football field, the volleyball court. I mean, Monday I went and watched the infamous Root-Claggett clash of the volleyball team, 7th and 8th grade. The kids were really into it, not only the players, but the schools. The kids came out and watched. And that's the fun part, I think, of being a school board member. And I think that, to me, is an often overlooked part. So that, to me, is what makes, I think, a good school board member is being involved with the kids in that way.
And so you just touched on the fun part of being a school board member. Now, one of the parts that's not as fun is trying to handle school funding, and you kind of touched on it a little bit with the lawsuit. But what is your best answer or solution in terms of what's going on with the state in regards to school funding here for Medina City?
I don't think they know what they're doing. I don't really think the right hand knows what the left hand is doing down there. They just keep throwing things in and to appease whatever person shouts the loudest or gives them the most amount of money for their campaign. I think they all need to take a step back. I saw that the Governor's Committee just released its findings yesterday, and I was trying to read it on my cell phone, but I couldn't get the print to come up too big. But I think they had some interesting comments to make, and we do need to take the burden off, property owners. Like right now, farmers, homeowners are paying 67% of the property taxes. Business is picking up the rest. When I was probably in school, that was reversed. So we have to get them to understand that, yeah, we bring business in, but who are we hurting? We are hurting the people that own homes. And Medina, being an older community with over 60% of our residents being 60 and older, we have to do something. I don't want to drive them out. I mean, I'm one of those people. I don't want to leave Medina. I've been here my whole life. I'm not going to leave now. But I see that happening, and I don't want to do that. I mean, we need to have a total change down in Columbus, and we need them to think about what they're doing to kids, to property owners, and to make it fair. I mean, I don't think private schools and charter schools should get all the money that they're getting for a very small amount of kids, and public schools are basically 1.9 million to 1.8 million, and they're not getting, as much money as private schools are getting per kid. Yeah, I figured this out once. If you put all the money together and all the kids together and divided it, every kid would get $8,200. So wouldn't that be great if every kid at Medina schools would get $8,200? We wouldn't have to go to the property owners. And the other thing is, how much longer are we going to sit on over $6 billion in the rainy day fund or the Haslam fund, which is, money that's been unclaimed? Some of that could come to public education. So there's money there. They say we can't do this because there's no money, but there is money down in Columbus.
And to kind of dovetail off that, the other big thing that the state likes to hand down to the school districts is unfunded mandates. We have to deal with those. What are your thoughts there?
Well, yeah, it's really nice that they come up with all these things. I mean, we were lucky. We caught a break. The reading and English curriculum, we were going to that anyways. But a lot of schools just bought different books, and now they have to change. The fact that the governor has taken over the Department of Education and basically made the state school board non-existent. I mean, they're there, but they really don't do anything other than licensure. That doesn't help because you have nobody in education making any decisions. And you do need somebody in education to make decisions. So.
And then one of the biggest things, and I'm sure being the incumbent, you've already experienced this, there's, of course, 5 members of the school board. How do you handle those times when you don't get along or don't really agree on a topic, I should say, or there's something you're really passionate about, but maybe they're not? How do you work to try to either reach a consensus or get things accomplished?
Well, I mean, I think you saw it when it came to the levy. 2 of us were opposed, not to the amount, but to the length of the levy, and we voted no on that. But when it was all said and done, we got on board with it and worked to help pass the levy. I mean, I think we have disagreements, but we either talk about them, like we might text one another and just say, what has to happen, or we talk, we might see one another, not more than 2. I just want to make that clear. And we try to do it, but I mean, if we disagree and it goes to a vote, when the vote's over, it's over. Mm-hmm. So, and that's how I look at it. Mm-hmm.
Again, speaking with Jeanne Pritchard, the incumbent for Medina City School Board of Education. Jeanne, what was one of the things that you would like to accomplish in the next term if elected?
Well, I would like to see a communications committee. We have a finance and policy and curriculum. I would like to see, because Amy Busby works extremely hard, and she tries to hit all the different things, but every day a new form of media pops up. And I was just thinking if she could have a committee of teachers and people of the community that could help her, I would like to see that happen. I would also like to see us integrate AI into classes, but in a manner that the kids know the proper way to use it, not to say, oh, I'm just going to have AI write my paper, but to use it properly when writing papers, to know and to be able to know when they receive something that is totally AI, or at least parts of it are AI. They say that, in 10 years, AI will have taken over all those jobs. So, so they need to know that. And I think that's something that we could do by integrating it into our current classes, because our teachers are being trained on AI during their in-service days. So I think that's something I would like to see too.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, it's a 4-year term if elected. How would you look back at the end of 4 years if reelected and consider that term a success for you?
That we stay financially solvent, that we don't have to go back to the voters for another levy, that kids, our ranking continues to go higher. We're currently 60th. I certainly would like to be up there with Solon and Rocky River and higher than Highland. That to me would be a successful situation, and that we are able to have enough teachers to teach our kids, which I think is a growing problem for all districts, because I think young people see what's going on in Columbus and they go, well, I really wanted to be a teacher, but now I'm not so sure. So I think that's a real problem that every district is going to have in the future.
Mm-hmm. Again, speaking with Jeanne Pritchard, candidate for Medina City School Board of Education. And Jeanne, you've done a good job of answering questions I've had for you, but I want to give you the opportunity, if there's anything I missed or something you'd like to touch on, the opportunity to speak directly to the voters. So I'll turn the floor over to you.
Okay. Well, having lived here my entire life, I have had a love affair with Medina City schools, and my love of education, as I said 4 years ago, started with my aunt, who was a kindergarten teacher at Buckeye. But one of the things that I have started is, and through the Medina Community Fund, is a scholarship. And when I taught at Medina and served on different scholarship committees, I always noticed that the brightest kids got all the scholarships, and that's fine, but the kids with a 2.0 to a 3.2 kind of got overlooked. So I'm starting a scholarship fund that is going to pick up those kids, whether it's in the trades, community college, a 4-year college, whatever. So I would hope, if parents are watching this, that they tell their children to apply for that scholarship, and there will be a committee that will select the individuals that will receive it. So that's my way to give back to the community, is this will be a continuing scholarship even past my life expectancy. So that's what I like to say. And I hope I have served you well. I think I have. I'm not a rubber stamp. I will ask a lot of questions, mainly because sometimes we understand it, but I know that you don't understand it. So that's why I ask questions at board meetings. So that's all I have.
Great. Again, Jeanne Pritchard, candidate, or the incumbent candidate for Medina City School Board of Education. And Jeanne, I want to thank you first for putting your hat in the political arena. It takes a lot of courage for people to do that, and I appreciate that greatly. And I want to wish you the best of luck this November.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.